Hello everyone, and today I'll be teaching you how to use Unity NavMesh system, which is the navigation system and our pathfinding solution that it is built in Unity. First of all, we need to access our navigation window. We go to Window, AI, Navigation. Here we have everything we need to control our agent and to create our navigation system data. Here we have our agents, which we can control the settings of our agent, the height, the radius, the step height, and the max flow. Of course, you can change those later, but I'm going to leave the default here. And you're not strict to only one agent. You can simply add many agents as you want. Here we have our area. The areas are actually defined what is walkable, what's not walkable, and anything else that you need to declare for the navigation system. So what can the agent walk on, what it is not walkable for the agent, and so on. We have three areas that are actually added by default. And here we go to bake if we want to bake our data navigation system. And here we have our object, which we can select and control for our navigation system. If we try to bake now, simply nothing is going to happen. This is because we need to define for our navigation system what is walkable and what is the area that is going to be walkable for our navigation system. Simply do that, go to object, select the game object you want it to be walkable for the agents, which is in our case this plane, and all I'm going to do is to enable the navigation static. Now here I can choose this area, what area it is, and I can choose which is a generate an NavMesh link or not. We're going to keep it this way, and it's not necessary to enable navigation static for each object at a time. You can select a group of game objects, then select it from the static tab here. Just enable the navigation static in this field. Alright, now if we try to bake, this should work. And yep, it worked as it expected. This will be the walkable area for our agents. Now our navigation data is ready. We need to make our agents and program our agent to move on this navigation data, which will be our cylinder here. This will be our agent. We need to add the agent component, which is NavMesh agent, and I'm going to control it through script, which will be our knight here. Now what we need to do is we need to add our agent component here. We need to define it. First, we need to be using Unity engine.ai. Now we defined our agent. We need to try and control it and set destination for it. For that, I'm going to send a raycast from our camera to the scene, and if the raycast hit a walkable area, then go this way. For that, we're going to need to access our camera, and I'm going to make a simple code for that. Simply all what we did here, we check our input from our mouse, which is going to be the left click. Then we're going to make array, and this function make it easy for us to send out array from the cursor of the screen to the scene using our mouse position. And then we declared array cast hit, and we make an if condition. If our raycast actually hits something, put this information in our raycast hit, and then set destination for our agent. This is as simple as that. Now I'm going to have set our agent and our main camera, and I'm going to hit play. Here we have it. Our agent worked perfectly. This is all what we need to set our agents in our navigation system. Now here we're going to do something a little different. Here we're going to have simple cubes to make an obstacles for our agent. We need to mark those as static, and we need to bake our data again. And yep, as you can see, in these areas have been set, our agent cannot walk into these areas, since those two cubes act as obstacles. Now if we try to move our agent, of course, as you can see, it's trying to find the closest path, but it cannot go to that destination. Now here we occur a problem. If I move this cube around here, you can see that the data of our navigation system has not been changed. And if I play again, you can see that our agent can simply go through the obstacle, which is the cube. We don't want that. Now, the solution for that is every time you change something, you need to bake again. We have to bake again so our navigation data is set properly. This is a problem occur because every time you need to change something, it is going to need to bake your data again. There is a small solution for this. Instead of marking our cubes as static, we can simply add the NavMesh obstacle for them. Now, simply enough, the NavMesh obstacle acts as an obstacle in our system. I'm going to bake again now. Remember that you need to check the curve in our NavMesh obstacle. Here we have, it is now marked that is unwalkable for our agent. And every time I change it, it simply modifies the data so it's not going to be walkable. So it's not every time I actually change something in our scene, we need to bake again. The NavMesh obstacle components allow us to move objects if we are modifying our level without needing to actually bake our navigation data again and again. This would allow our scene to be a little dynamic if we want. A simple example. As you can see, our agent can walk here freely and it cannot go through the cube. Now if we moved our cube from here to here, we can see that our data has been modified, so the cube is still an obstacle and I don't need to bake our data again. However, this is all what you need to know about Unity navigation system. Of course, there is a variety of things you can do here, but it is enough for this video and we will proceed in future tutorials. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and would like to see you next time.